friends, how you doing today? I am alive. Yes, I'm alive. So I figured I tell you guys what I picked up this week. I also had some really exciting type pickups and some stuff that I didn't even know that even existed that totally shocked me that I wanted to share with you, and some stuff that I've been looking for a while that I was happy to find. And I'm gonna start right now so we don't drag this out too long. And the first pickup is Big Bully and Wrongfully Accused. These are okay. So I picked this up specifically for Big Bully. Kind of a fan of this movie. This was a movie starring Tom Arnold and Rick Moranis. The Tom Arnold character as a kid bullying the Rick Moranis character. Well, right before the Rick Moranis character ends up leaving town, he rats the Tom Arnold character out, which ends up forcing him into almost like I think it's like a child's facility, whatever, for years. And for some reason, which I don't want to get into too much if you haven't seen it, Rick Moranis ends up coming back, and he meets the Tom Arnold character again, which he's still kind of afraid of him because he was his bully. And come to find out, well, after years of rehabilitation, the Tom Arnold character is very timid. But the sight of the Rick Moranis character brings back that bully thing in him, and they end up going at it as adults. This was it was a good movie. It's a comedy. It's a family movie. It's a funny movie. I don't remember anything being too racy for children. So this is something that I have watched with my children, and you could probably watch with yours. The other one is a movie called Wrongfully Accused, starring Leslie Nielsen. I ended up actually putting this in last night. I got maybe 3/4 of the way through it. It's a spoof movie, pretty much about like kind of spoofing the Fugitive. It's got some other stuff, Titanic. It's like kind of like the Naked Gun type feel. It's a Leslie Nielsen film, so you know he's going to be spoofing things, and it's going to be like these little making fun of different movies throughout the whole thing. It flowed better than some of the other movies like this, I'd have to say. I mean, like I said, I made it 3/4 way through because it was late at night. That's why I made it 3/4 way through. But I figured it was actually decent, worth watching. But they make fun of Mission Impossible, Titanic, The Fugitive. There's some hints to some other movies that I kind of have to check on, so I don't want to give you guys false information. But if you did not know that this little 2-pack was available, it is. It is on one disc, which always gets me. I threw this out there that I'm worried about compression on discs, Blu-ray discs or whatever, how they put more than one movie on a disc, and that kind of makes me nervous. Number one, I think that each movie deserves its own Blu-ray, but I do like when they package them up so they takes up less shelf space when they stick like 4 or 5 movies into one of these little containers here. But I like when they do it when you open up its individual discs in there, you know what I mean? Like when I bought my John Hughes one, you got each individual disc, Breakfast Club. No, well, Breakfast Club wasn't even it. Hold on a second. Pretty in Pink, Some Kind of Wonderful, Ferris Bueller. They're all on separate discs, so they each got their space for their special features, and they had their own cover, like the picture art on the disc. But in the case of this stuff, it's compressed into one disc, so it always makes me question, is there enough room on these Blu-ray discs to be able to do this? And are we sacrificing quality, to put the quantity onto the disc? That's a question I have. But you know what? I was told no. I was told that Blu-rays have plenty of room on them as opposed to the DVDs. But then I ended up getting some other people that responded. They put some comments on there saying that they worry about the compression also. So I don't know. As far as special features, there's none on this little set here. So once again, did they sacrifice special features to be able to consolidate 2 movies on one disc? That's a question I'm probably never going to get answered. But that's available, and good movie. Good movie. Actually, if you're gonna buy it for Big Bully. The other one is like a Naked Gun film. So you want a goof film, get a goof film. You get a free goof film. To me, that was a freebie. That was like an extra little whatever. All right, the next pickup I got was a movie called Toy Soldiers and December. Is that December or December? Just December. All right, once again, another consolidation situation. The consolidation situation. That's what I'll call that. Okay, so Toy Story. Wow, Toy Soldiers. Did I say Toy Story at the beginning? Or did I say Toy Soldiers? Okay, Toy Soldiers is a really good movie. Okay, it's Let me see if it has. It stars Sean Astin, Lou Gossett Jr. It has somebody else in it that is like a big somebody. Big somebody. Will Wheaton. That's the other one I was thinking of. Will Wheaton from Star Trek and Stand By Me. But okay, so anyway, these kids are all kind of rich kids. The father's like all powerful people. These terrorists take over their private school and pretty much want to ransom. Was it ransom? They're looking for a ransom. They're looking to get paid to release these different children because all the parents are people of power. Really good movie. And the Sean Astin character, he's a troublemaker. You know, his friends are all troublemakers, and of course they're gonna battle these terrorists and figure out a way out of their predicament or whatever. And it's really, really good. It's an R-rated movie. It does have one scene that's a little uncomfortable if you're gonna watch it with younger children. I would recommend not doing that. December, the other movie that's with this, it also stars Will Wheaton. I have not seen. I'm gonna give it a shot. Haven't given it a shot yet, but I will. I never heard of it. If it's anything worth watching, comment below as always, and I will hop right on that. But the main reason, like just like the big bully there, main reason was Toy Soldiers, and I figured, okay, well, once again, I could have bought it by itself. But for some reason, by itself was going for like $25. And then they had this 2-pack that was, so I was gonna buy the $25 one. I was like, okay, I like the movie that much, it's worth $25. But then when I saw this thing coming out soon, I'm like, I'm gonna get a free December movie. I didn't know if it was gonna be one of those one disc consolidations till I received it, and I was like, okay, well, why pay $25 for one movie when I could pay, I think it was $19.99 for 2 movies. I mean, to me that's kind of like a no-brainer. Maybe December's a good movie. I've never seen it before, so maybe it's worth watching because I've seen Toy Soldiers so many times. Maybe there was some kind of plan for me to watch this December movie and enjoy it as much as Toy Soldiers. So this is available if you're a Toy Soldiers fan, if you're a Sean Astin from Goonies fan, you know, Sean Astin from Lord of the Rings. It's funny, I always refer to Sean Astin as the Goonies guy. I never usually refer to him as the Lord of the Rings guy. But anyway, Toy Soldiers and December available. Okay, this is the one that was a shocker to me. Now, every once in a while, I scroll down the Scream Factory, Shout Factory releases, and I look to see what is inexpensive. What are people selling on eBay? Is it stuff that I don't own? You know, I'm not really trying to complete the Scream Factory by owning everything by Scream Factory, but if it's the stuff that I haven't heard of before, sometimes I like to give it a shot because sometimes I'm shocked by what it is and how I missed it throughout my life. I mean, like how did I miss this movie? Being a horror fan, being a fan of movies, how did I miss this movie throughout my life? And if Scream Factory went out of their way to do it, I'm thinking that it had to be something worthwhile. I mean, I haven't seen really a disappointing Scream Factory release. So this is a movie called Death Valley.
Billy thought the hardest thing he ever had to do was say goodbye to his father.
Listen, will you write me a postcard?
Sure.
He was wrong. He thought meeting his mother's new boyfriend would be even harder.
Come on. What do you see the trip I got planned for us? You don't love it?
I hope so.
He was wrong again. Billy found out on this vacation
You look terrific, Billy.
Yeah, real cowboy. Right, Mom?
the hardest thing is just to survive. A new family, together for the first time. Here in Death Valley, they'll be secluded, isolated, but not quite alone. In the mind of a madman, they have been chosen. On a road to nowhere, they are being hunted. And when the sunlight dies in Death Valley, he will come for them. Death Death Valley was a great place for a family vacation until the tourist business started dying.
Okay, and if you have not ever heard of this movie, you were on the same boat as me. The only reason I bought this was $7.99 on eBay, and I was like, okay. The cover of it caught my eye. The kid on the cover is clearly, I mean, if I don't know if you can kind of tell, it'll be over there anyway. Is clearly the kid from A Christmas Story, Peter Billingsley, and he's the star of this movie. And it is this was shockingly good. I watched this on Saturday afternoon, and honestly, after it was done, I was ready to watch it again. That's how good this movie was. This was, I don't know, this came out in the 80s. Is Scream Factory going to give me this, 1982. This came out in 1982. I have no idea how I ever missed this movie. All right. So, the Peter Billingsley character, his parents are getting divorced. He's leaving his father in New York City, and he's moving out to Death Valley with his mother and her mother's new boyfriend. And of course, the mother's new boyfriend's trying to befriend this kid and everything, but the kid ain't having it. He's why'd you leave my dad? Is it you don't love him no more? And he's very emotional and upset about the parents separating, and he's not really hopping on board with this guy, but he's trying his best. He's taking him to Death Valley, and they're going to these Western shows where they get to interact with these different actors who are in the Old West. And what happens is there's killings happen in Death Valley, and they've been going on for years, and the sheriff can't figure it out. Nobody can figure it out, but the kid ends up down in Death Valley, and he asks the mother and the mother's boyfriend if he can look around, if he can just kind of check out the area. For some reason, he ends up going around the corner, and I don't even know why they let this little kid walk around by himself, but it makes for a good movie anyway, I guess. And he happens upon this motorhome. Well, the killer has killed people in this motorhome, and the kid goes into the motorhome and he finds this necklace. And not to give too much away, he takes the necklace from the motorhome. The mother's boyfriend tells him, you're not supposed to be in here. You shouldn't be. This is somebody's home. You shouldn't be inside this person's home. They end up leaving, but the kid steals the necklace. Well, the murderer has the same necklace, and it triggers this whole investigation type thing going on. I watched this thing and I was at the edge of my seat. This Peter Billingsley kid, man, he's not the best actor in the world, but he roped me in. I was roped in on this movie, and I wrote it right out till the end. And once it was done, it has a cool twist, shocking end. It isn't the most biggest budget movie in the world. I mean, it's pretty much set in 3 different places, but I was taken back. I was captivated for the time that this was on, and after it was done, I was like, I could do this again. I could easily put this back in and watch it. Is this gonna be one of my new go-to over and over and over again movies? I don't know, but I am so happy that I was scrolling down and I happened upon this thing. And you can get these on eBay. I believe. No, I don't think this is out of print. I don't think you can buy it on the Scream Factory site. But Amazon and eBay still has copies of this thing. And if you've never seen Death Valley, or if you have, please comment below, because I can't believe I almost missed this. I mean, and it stars a lot of big names. Not a lot of big name stars, but who's the other girl? That Catherine Hicks. Catherine Hicks. Am I saying that right? Catherine Hicks from Child's Play and from Star Trek. What's the one? The one with the whale. I'm not gonna remember what it is. I think it was Star Trek 4 or whatever. And she's been in other stuff. She's Out of Control. She's Out of Control? I think she's Out of Control. Yeah, She's Out of Control with Tony Danza. This was good. This was good, and the twist at the end will have you like, what? And it's shocking because, I mean, the movie is rated R. There is one scene in the beginning, but then it ends up being interrupted by the killer, so you don't really see much of anything. But I'm telling you, every once in a while I get really, really shocked and really surprised. This was a good 80s feeling type horror thriller movie. I mean, I hope I happen upon these, and if you guys have if you've ever seen this and you can compare it to something, and maybe there's something similar that you've seen that maybe I should hop on, comment below, and I'm gonna hop right on it, because I'll tell you right now, I am wicked happy with this title. I mean, I haven't been happy with a title in a long time, and I was happy that I picked this up. Like I said, it was dirt cheap. So I got lucky, and it's a Blu-ray DVD combo pack to top it all off. So I got the both discs in here for the low price. I want to say I paid $7.99. I want to say that, I don't know. There was a couple of things on that day, so it was under $10 anyway. Hey, good movie. Not a lot of stuff. Audio commentary with the director, theatrical trailer, and TV spot. There's not really a lot of extra stuff on here, but hey, I don't know. Maybe it was just me. You might watch it and say this is a pile of garbage, but the thing with this movie is it had that 80s feel, and I don't know if it kind of put me in this like time machine for a little bit, where I felt like I was watching like an unsuspected movie like on Cinemax or Showtime. Like you just, there's nothing else on. Let me press play and go for a ride somewhere. And that's kind of what I got from this. It's like just don't think too much. Press play, and if you're around that age where you remember the 80s or whatever, send yourself back to that, you know, the way TV was back in the day, and like, wow, this was kind of a shocker. And it was kind of nice to see the Peter Billingsley character playing somebody besides Ralphie from A Christmas Story. All right, last pickup this week. I was really excited. I pre-ordered this thing and I totally forgot that I even pre-ordered it. And then when it came in the mail, I was like, yes, I forgot it was coming out. I pre-ordered it like the week that it came out, because this is my all-time favorite movie. This movie I watched. This is a ridiculous. I watched this movie so many ridiculous times. I can quote it from word to word, from beginning to end. I've seen it in the movie theaters. I've seen it in the drive-in. I've seen this thing. I've lost track, and it is a movie called Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory. Yes, it's been released on 4K, and I put it in, and regardless of what other people say about the 4K transfer, I have this thing on VHS, I have it on DVD multiple times, I have it on Blu-ray multiple times, and I was like, I only buy 4Ks if it's something that I'm absolutely obsessed with, like I absolutely love, because I'm like, I want to have every version, every cover art, everything I possibly get from the movie. And when this was being released, I was hoping for like a steel book or some kind of like special release, or like bunch of bonus things like they did back in the day, because I have, when it came with a golden ticket, it came with a chocolate bar, came with a bunch of random stuff, but they gave it this release, and I love the cover art on it. It comes in the slipcase and everything like that, and it does have special features, a commentary with the Wonka kids, which I think is pretty cool. I've never watched, I very rarely ever watch any commentaries, but I am looking forward to watching this movie with the, because it's going to be something different. Looking forward to watching this movie with the commentary with the Wonka kids. Okay, plus on Blu-ray, documentary Pure Imagination, the story of Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory, 4 sing-alongs, vintage featurette. So it's pretty much the stuff that was on the other Blu-rays. Know what kind of, okay, oh, my voice was cracking in. Something that confuses me with 4K. Now, 4K is, right now, it's supposed to be the end all of everything that you could possibly get, picture quality and sound quality. 4K is supposed to be the thing, okay? It's it, okay? So I just got done talking about all these compressed movies and putting compressed 2 movies on one Blu-ray and everything, but then you get the 4K, and whenever they release the 4Ks of stuff, why don't the 4Ks get the bonus features? Why do they give you the 4K and the Blu-ray? Something's hanging off a 4K and a Blu-ray. Why is it that you get the Blu-ray with the same bonus features, and they cram all the, like, okay, even if there's new bonus features, they'll cram the new bonus features on the Blu-ray, and then they'll give you the 4K, and the 4K is pretty much just the movie. Is it because the 4K takes up so much space that for the picture quality and sound quality that they can't put special features on the 4K? Because I very rarely ever find a ton of special features on a 4K. The other thing is that I noticed too is that back in the day when DVDs came out, like I'm going to talk about the Willy Wonka. Okay, let me just try to sum that over. Okay, so the first Willy Wonka DVD that came out had a ton of bonus features. And not only did it have a ton of bonus features, it had interactive artwork and everything when you first turn on the movie. I find that with 4Ks you don't get that, and a lot of Blu-rays you don't get that interactive. You know, when I mean interactive, I mean like the moving opening when you first turn on the Blu-ray or the DVD or whatever, you get that interactive type thing. Blu-rays kind of went out with that, and then the 4Ks are even less. So as the picture quality gets more, you lose the bonus stuff. I mean, in a movie like Willy Wonka, I want bonus stuff. That's what I'm looking for now. I've seen the movie 101 times. I'm looking for extra new things, and they don't give it to you with the 4K. They don't give it to you with the Blu-ray. You know, you kind of have to get like a, back in the day it would be like a DVD and they have a bonus disc. You don't really get that anymore. And I was happy to see this thing. It's the 50th anniversay. It says 50th. Is it 50th? 50th anniversary. This is 50 years? Nah. Am I right? Has it really? You know what? I am shocked that that's how long this thing's been around. Is that true? It says 50th on the cover, yeah. 50, yeah, 50th anniversary. That can't be right. All right, so I'm going to put the date that Willy Wonka came out here, but I'm totally confused because I thought this came out after I was born. I didn't think this thing was 50 years old already. Yeah, it is. It says right there, your golden ticket to the 50th anniversary celebration. So this thing came out before I was even born. For some reason, I was thinking this movie came out in the late 70s, early 80s. Wow, I'm beside myself. Anyway, if you have not seen Willy Wonka, then there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you. You need to go get checked out to see if there's something okay, because everybody should see Willy Wonka at least once. If you are a parent and you have a child, you got to watch Willy Wonka with them. It's just a classic movie. I was happy to get the 4K, and let me go back to the 4K quality. So yes, some people have complained that the 4K was not as extraordinary as it could have been or whatever. And I gotta say, I'm a little bit on the fence about it, because after seeing all different kinds of qualities of VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, and then now to the 4K, I would say that I am perfectly fine with my Blu-ray, watching my Blu-ray over and over again. It was fine. Putting this on the 4K TV with the 4K player, it was an experience also. With 4Ks, I always find that things are a little bit darker, where they could be. So the boat scene, let's take the boat scene, for instance, okay? On the Blu-ray, I thought it was beautiful. This one, I find to be, it's very more pure and cleaned up and everything, but it is definitely darker and more, I gotta say, there's more reds or more darks or blacks or whatever. There's more things going on with the 4K. So could I have just watched the Blu-ray and been fine? Yes, if you own the Blu-ray, you could probably stay with the Blu-ray. The 4K, if you're a completist or a collector, then that's where you are with the 4K. That's where I am with the 4K. I had to have it to complete my collection. And that is the end of my pickups. I want to thank you for watching this today. If you liked what you watched, please hit that thumbs up. Please hit the subscribe button. I will see you later.